Hey vlog, Kent here. And maupay nga adlaw ha iyong tanan. This is officially my fifth international solo trip. And actually hindi ko na din mabilang kung ilang local trip, solo trip yung napuntahan ko. But in this vlog no, I will answer the question if worth it ba talaga mag-solo travel? The simple truth, hindi siya sunset beaches and aesthetic cafe shots always. There are quiet highs and lonely lows. Yun yung pag-uusapan natin for this vlog. The good, the bad, and the lonely. Pala sa next alley. But anyways, so for this vlog no, I'll talk about solo traveling, the good, the bad, and the lonely. Actually, nag-ready na din ako eh. May sinulat na ako dito. Yung mga gusto kong i-share na learnings ko and baka din maka-help sa inyo when deciding kung ready na kayo for solo travel or kung kaya nyo na mag-solo travel. Okay. So let's start siguro with the highs, the good of solo traveling. So madaming benefits, madaming good things that will came out of solo traveling. One is, of course, ultimate freedom. Yun siguro yung number one reason kung bakit madami ang nag-solo traveling. You get to choose where you wanna go, how long you wanna stay, and what food you wanna eat. No compromises whatsoever. It is 100% your journey. Walang magpo-force sa'yo na pumunta sa mga places na hindi mo gusto or gumising ng maaga when you wanted to stay in. So definitely no, pag solo trip, it's all about you. Main character ka sa travel na to. It's your trip, your life, in your own terms. Number two is self-discovery. You know, you've heard it siguro madaming beses na you've learned so much about yourself when you're solo traveling. How you deal with stress, how adaptable you are, and most especially, how strong you didn't know you were. Kasi pag nagsa-solo travel ka, you will be put in places and situations na hindi ka prepared or hindi ka ready or hindi mo ini-expect. Tapos when you navigate pa language barriers, tapos also yung mga missed buses and trains, all of those sudden changes, you will realize talaga na kaya ko pala to, no? Kaya ko. And that quiet confidence, it follows you home. Nadadala mo yun pa uwi. Not just na reinvigorize ka or nabuhay ka ulit kasi na-refresh ka during travel, but you gain something from it. Kasi nagkaroon ka ng self-discovery na you can do it and you can survive, and nagkakaroon ka ng renewed confidence on yourself and your abilities. Third siguro is spontaneity and flexibility. Traveling kasi with friends and family is actually, it's also fun, but sometimes no, you have to compromise your schedules. However, going solo, there's no compromise whatsoever. You book it when you want it, when you feel it, and when it's convenient for you alone. And you can actually cancel it anytime. So pag di mo na trip yung nakaschedule na travel mo, you can cancel it anytime with no considerations. So pwede ka mag-decide on your own. Just like ito, naka-anchor to sa number one ko, which is ultimate freedom. Meron ako actually before na book na mga solo trip sa Japan. This is the time na medyo mura pa yung flights. Like round trip flights for peso fare, nasa 2,000, 3,000 plus lang. And those 3 times, lahat yun hindi ko tinuloy. Major reason is during that time, hindi naman during that time, pero when that time comes na ko mag-apply ng visa, I'm not confident with the funds that I have. And in the same line, I'm also not confident if I have the fund when the travel date starts. And I think that's okay kasi traveling also means that you have to be honest with yourself if kaya mo, not just physically, not just emotionally, but most especially financially. Kasi even though you're ready physically and emotionally, kung wala tayong datong i-postpone natin. Hindi naman to paunahan na makakumpleto ng Southeast Asian countries or lahat ng countries in the world, no. You do it on your own time, and that's the beauty of traveling, no. You can appreciate travel at any point in your life, whether you're in your teens, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. Kasi that periods of life, no, iba-iba yung gusto mo, iba yung experience mo nahanap. Number 4 actually is human connections. Funny enough, I have met more people whilst traveling solo than actually when I'm with my friends. When you're alone kasi, people see you. They approach you, and feeling ko mindset-wise, it's easier to connect with people na wala kang kinoconsider na ibang tao. Like, if you have friends with you, pag may lumapit sa'yo, most of the time isipin natin, whether it's a friend or someone na pwede ka maging romantically involved, no? Lagi nating iniisip, ano yung iisipin ng mga kasama natin? Or merong hesitation sa atin na maging open to those people na ina-approach tayo. Kasi we need to consider, or we consider the feelings of the people who we're with. Kasi diba, iba-iba naman ng sensibilities yung mga kasama mo eh. Like, you have a friend na medyo sensitive, medyo demure, you have friends na medyo partygoers and whatsoever. So, you need to consider all those sensibilities, especially when you're going out as a group and then meeting people as a group also. When you're traveling solo, you become actually more than just a tourist. You become a part of someone else's day. Kasi nga, you meet them, you talk with them, you hang out with them, and you exchange experiences or exchange thoughts. And alam niyo naman, di ba, na mas masarap or mas open tayo mag-share ng mga hindi naman hidden thoughts, but yung mga thoughts natin na hindi ma-share with people we know, mas open tayo with strangers kasi even though may judgment, or madalas actually wala silang judgment, but even though if meron, their judgment don't matter much kasi hindi naman sila part ng buhay natin. And number 5 is empowerment. You know, every solo trip actually is like a quiet victory. You land in a foreign country, figure things out, and create memories from scratch while navigating how to commute and communicate. It's actually a reminder that you are capable, even though sometimes you feel that you're not. And that's one of the best things of solo traveling. You feel accomplished after, even though sabihin mo na sa hotel ka lang nagstay or konti lang ng pinuntahan mo. The fact that you're there, you board that plane alone, and you navigate all those experiences alone, that's a success story for me. Okay, tuloy na natin to. Actually, kakarating lang ng food go. So I got a burger lang, then fries, then ito, Fanta. So after talking about the good of solo traveling, let's proceed naman to the bad. Kasi it's not all good as everything in life, hindi laging masaya. And number 1 actually is planning everything yourself. To me, this part is really not a struggle for me. Kasi even though yung mga group travels namin, I am the planner. I book everything. I arrange our itinerary and all that. So hindi siya mabigat sa akin. But for some of you know, or most of you, this will be an ordeal kasi mahirap talaga maggawa ng itinerary. Especially if ikaw lang mag-isa. From flights to what to eat next, it's all on you. No one will help you navigate train system or bus systems at 2 a.m. You're constantly, lagi kang nasa Google app, magtatanong kay Google saan masarap kumain, saan maganda pumunta sa ganitong oras, sa ganitong araw. And it's all part of the planning stage pa lang. Wala ka pa nga dun sa sa destination mo. People think that solo travel means freedom lang. And it does. It does mean freedom. But it also means decision fatigue. So lahat ng kailangan mong pagdesisyonan when it comes to your travel, ikaw lahat yun. And if ever magkaroon ka ng kamalian, it's all on you pa din. And siguro, for me, do not be afraid of those mistakes or those mishaps during solo travel kasi that makes a good story and that makes a good learning experience also. And who knows, those mishaps, those mistakes, those will be the things that make your trip greater than it already is. Number 2 is safety anxiety. May mga times na mas yung bag ko, nilalagay ko dito sa front, tapos mas sinipitan ko, or there are also times na I pretended na may nagte-text ako or nagfo-phone ako or may katawag just to avoid yung mga sketchy interactions, especially when you're in alleyways, para di ka mapansin or di sila magkaroon ng chance to make conversations with you, especially if you're not sure if safe yung area. And also there are moments na mapaparanoid ka talaga, like walking alone at night or taking sketchy cabs in unfamiliar cities. I'm always on alert in those times, And siguro let's be honest na if you're a woman, mas may scrutiny sa'yo during immigration check if you're solo traveling. Because they're looking out for you. They want you safe. Not because you're weak, but because siguro the world can be unkind. So if you're a woman who is planning to go solo traveling, make sure lang na you plan your safety first. Go with the travels that you think you can be safe. Third bad thing about solo traveling is the high cost of solo traveling. Kasi you have no one to split the cost with. Everything will be on you. Take me for example, Kasi I'm at a point in my life na medyo parang ayoko, as much as I can, ayoko mag-hostel. So I opt for hotels or Airbnbs na medyo may kamahalan and I will cover that cost alone. Wala akong ka-share. Taxi, Grab, Uber, sa akin yun lahat naka-charge. Wala akong ka-share. And that's the reality din of solo traveling. Everything will be on you. Even sa food. Pag nasa mga food markets, hindi mo matatry lahat kasi nga what you order is yung order mo is para sa iyo, and most of the time, hindi naman most of the time, pero kadalasan malalaking orders yon, and isang order pa lang busog ka na. So hindi mo matry yung ibang dishes kasi nga masasayang lang. So yun yung mga compromise when you're solo traveling, yung food food variations mo nalilimit kasi nga may limit naman yung laman ng tiyan natin eh. Hindi mo naman makakain talaga lahat. comparing it to may kasama ka, bibili lang kayo ng isang chicken na paghatian nyo na para madami pa kayong ibang makain na ibang dishes. So those things, no, make solo travel expensive kasi those things add up. Budgeting solo can be restrictive, especially when you want to try and experience a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it may not be cheap, but I believe it's an investment for yourself. Number 4 siguro is getting sick alone. Kasi may times na food poison ako during travel, and when that happened, ikaw pa din ang bibili ng medicine mo, ikaw pa din magpapainom ng gamot sa sarili mo. So lahat talaga siya nakadependent sa'yo, and wala kang maaasahang ibang tao. And in those moments, no, you don't feel adventurous at all. You feel very fragile and small, and the thought na sana may kasama ka kicks in during those moments. With that, you really have to be prepared for that cases. Kasi hindi mo naman maiiwasan. May iwasan naman, pero hindi mo naman masasabi kung kailan siya mangyayari sa'yo. So, you really need to consider that also as in your planning for your solo trip. And number 6, and most definitely the negative part of solo travel, zero, as in zero backup. Solo means solo in every sense of the word. Hindi mo masasabi na, oh, pahawak naman nito, or ano sabi ko dito? Or ikaw naman mag-search, ikaw naman mag-book, ikaw naman mag-order. Wala kang masasabihan ng ganoon kasi mag-isa ka lang. Pero hindi ka malungkot. Mag-isa ka lang. Ha? Pag magkaroon ka ng bad day, in whatever reason man, nagkaroon ka ng bad day, you suck it up. Flights got delayed, you wait it out alone. Wala kang any emotional support. You carry everything alone. You carry the stress, and then you still have to carry your own baggage. But I think here's the thing. Those moments, no, they don't ruin the trip actually. They deepen it. They make the victories sweeter, the stories richer, and the strength more real. Pero those moments, those down moments, very real. Andyan talaga, mangyayari talaga siya. And I think, no, you should consider talaga, should consider them when booking for a solo trip. Kasi hindi naman lagi talagang good. There's always the bad side of it. And also the lonely side of it. Madaming moments, no, when you feel like solo traveling is the most liberating thing in the world. You wake up and you decide to go anywhere. Hike a mountain, eat 5 meals a day, stay in bed till noon. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. During solo traveling, no, you learn to trust your gut. You build your confidence and you realize how capable you really are. And yung ganung growth, hindi mo naman yun mada-download anywhere. Kailangan mo yun ma-experience. Pero may mga times din naman na makakakita ka ng groups of people who are laughing together, enjoying their company, or couples taking perfectly posed sunset photos, or yung mga friends mo back home who are having dinner pero wala ka kasi you're on a solo travel. Those are the times when freedom stings. Yes, you are free, but you are also detached. Yes, you're building memories, creating unique experiences, pero there's no one there to witness all of them. And yun yung part na hindi na ipapakita ng social media. So, is solo travel true freedom? or it's just FOMO dressed in Wonderlust. It's both. For me, it's both. Some days you feel like you're living the best day of your life. Other days you miss having someone to laugh with, or someone na you can say, naalala mo nung time na pumunta tayo dito. Solo travel talaga is full of contradictions. You feel empowered and vulnerable, peaceful and lonely, wild, but at the same time sometimes homesick. Sometimes all those emotions happen in one day. And I think that's okay. Because that's, for me, real travel. Hindi siya highlight reel lang. It's a messy, beautiful, emotional ride. Siguro the key here is managing expectations. Solo travel won't fix everything, but it will teach you a hell of a lot. Siguro kung tatanungin mo ko, no, would I still choose to travel solo? Honestly, yes, 1,000 times. Not because it's convenient, but because every solo trip has given me something no itinerary can offer. Ang dami niyang naituro sa akin, like patience, grit, adaptability, resilience, new perspectives, and a hell of a lot more. Yes, I've cried alone while solo traveling, but I've also danced under city lights. I've gotten lost and found more than my way back. But, solo travel isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But if you are curious, if your heart is even a little restless, take the leap. Kahit once lang. And siguro if you've done it, I want to know, was it freedom for you? Or did FOMO sneak in?